Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. We are doing ENAGS versus the NFL, where I give my NFL picks. We are brought to you with my mom, as we did last week. Last week, I had probably, I think, my best week of picks so far this year. I went 12-1 money line and 10-3 against the spread. Mom went 11-2 money line and 5-3 against the spread. The only games that she missed were the Bengals and the Washington football team. The only game I missed was the Jets upset against the Saints. When looking back on it, could have had a perfect week if I wasn't stupid. On the year, I am 103-60 on money line, and for the spread, I am 87-76. So not terrible, not great, but so we had great juju with mom last week, so we are going to continue that this week with these picks, and hopefully I have another great week. So without further ado, let's get into it. This week is really weird, as everybody knows, all the COVID stuff going on. Everything's crazy. The Browns are missing like 20 players or something, and they moved that game back. Same with two other games, so when we go there, we'll look at the COVID list. I'm not going to put that on screen because that's going to take way too much editing, and I don't want to do that. So here we go. First game of the week is a game that did already get moved, and it was the Las Vegas Raiders at the Cleveland Browns. The Browns are 3-point favorites, which I don't know if that's accurate now. Let me look real quick. So the Browns are still 3-point favorites, which I think is weird. I'm assuming they think with the break that people will be able to go, which I don't know how true that is or not. On the coat, we'll look at the injuries. Darren Waller is still out for the Raiders. So that is pretty big news. Besides that, everything else is kind of decent. Kareem Hunt is out. Same with Greg Newsome II, which is pretty big. Everybody else for them is questionable, but on the COVID list, theirs is insane.
It is insane.
I think it's 3 out of their 5 starting offensive linemen are out. Baker and Case Keenum are both in protocol right now. Grant Delpit's in protocol. Jadeveon Clowney. I mean, this is insane how many people are on their protocol list. I don't know how many guys are going to be back. It's going to be different because of how they're going to be able to test now, so it is going to probably affect it. I still don't think some of these guys, especially the guys that tested positive late, like Case Keenum, I don't think will go. Anybody that tested probably the 17th, maybe not.
I think it's going to matter if they've been vaccinated or not, according to what they've been saying. If they've been
they also
vaccinated
changed the rules
and they're asymptomatic, then they still could go.
Yeah, I don't know. This is going to be super weird. I'm going to take the Raiders to win and cover this one. I think depending on how many people are going to be out for the Browns, it's going to be insane, especially their offensive line, which is their strongest suit. So I'm taking the Raiders to win and cover. What about you?
I'm taking the Browns.
With winning cover?
Yeah,
with the 3? Okay. Mom's taking the Browns, even though they are shorted with COVID. So we will see how that goes. The next is the Tennessee Titans at the Pittsburgh Steelers. It's a pick-em right now, so it's even. For the Titans, nobody huge that I can recognize the name. Roger Saffold's pretty big, but besides that, no one else crazy is out. For the Steelers, Joe Hayden is questionable. Buddy Johnson is out. It's a great football name, but besides, Joe Hayden's pretty much the only big one there. This is a tough game considering it's at Pittsburgh, which I think is interesting. They just battled back from that weird Vikings game where they came back like down 28 to pull it in close. This is a tough game for me. I really don't know who I like here. This says the Steelers are 2.5-point favorites right now. I'm going to take that line, and I'm going to go Titans win, and I'm going to say that they cover the 2.5. I think Titans are probably a better team. They might be a little more banged up. I know A.J. Brown's not going. Derrick Henry's still out, obviously. But I don't know. I don't really like the Steelers being favorites right now. I don't think they're that great of a team, but it wouldn't shock me if they won just because Titans are kind of banged up. But give me the Titans to win and cover this one. Who do you think wins?
Titans and cover.
Mom's picking the Titans cover too, so we are the same there. That's going to be a weird game. The next game is probably the worst game of the week. It's a stinker. It is the Texans at the Jags. Carlos Hyde is out with a concussion. For the Texans, Sean Watson, as usual, is out. Justin Reed, illness and concussion are out. Besides that, just Rex Burkhead and Brevin Jordan on the guys. Kevin Pierre-Louis are all questionable. This game, I'm going to say, is going to be the Urban Meyer revenge game where the Jaguars come out and play their ass off because they hate Urban Meyer. He just got fired, so we're losing our comedy for the season with him being gone. But I think the Jacksonville Jaguars win and cover here. They haven't won a lot, but the Texans are also really bad, and this was a repeat of week 1. I expected the Jaguars to go out and pump the Texans, and the Texans pumped them. So this is kind of a revenge pick for myself too, because I think the Jaguars are better than the Texans. So give me the Jaguars to win and cover. What about you?
Oh, I kind of agree with the Urban Meyer thing, so I'd say the Jaguars to cover.
Okay, we both take the Jags to win and cover. The next game, we have the Dallas Cowboys minus 10.5 at the New York Giants. Cowboys are going to be missing Tyron Smith, their best left tackle, and Tony Pollard is questionable with that foot injury. Daniel Jones for the Giants is out still. Sterling Shepard is questionable, same with Leonard Williams. This one is a tough game too. I think that's a lot of points.
It's a lot of points.
You bet on the Giants last week though, and that didn't help you out.
That didn't help me out.
I am gonna say that the Cowboys win. I do think the Giants are gonna cover. No, they're not. It's gonna be Mike Glennon. Give me the Cowboys to win and cover. The 10.5 is a lot of points, but Mike Glennon is not good, and that Cowboys defense is really firing right now. Michael Parsons is playing at almost a defensive player of the year level. Trevon Diggs is insane, so give me the Cowboys to win and cover.
I agree.
Yeah, I think the Cowboys defense is just too good, especially with Michael Lennon back there. I think they have virtually no shot to win.
I agree.
The next game, we have the New York Jets at the Miami Dolphins. For the Jets, not too crazy of an injury report. Same with the Dolphins. It looks like they're going to be pretty healthy all around. This is a game I really don't know too. I don't know if I like the Jets. I picked them last week against Saints. Bad pick by me. But Dolphins, I think, are a much more beatable team for them. Even then, so I think the Dolphins are kind of hot. They're playing a bunch of bad teams, so they're kind of firing on all cylinders. And I think they continue that streak right here. Give me the Dolphins to win a cover, even though, again, it's 9.5. Normally, I don't like big spreads with two kind of iffy teams, but I think the Jets are pretty bad. So give me the Dolphins to win a cover.
I'm going to take the Dolphins, but the Jets are going to cover.
Okay, Mom takes the Dolphins to win, Jets to cover 9.5. Is there a rhyme or reason for that?
No, just want to be different than you.
So the next game, we have another injury COVID one with the football team at the Eagles. Eagles are minus 7-point favorites. Don't have an injury report right now because they just moved the game.
It's Tuesday.
I'm gonna check real quick. Yeah, that is a Tuesday game, so that's interesting. So let's look at it. The football team, I'm pretty sure, is missing like everybody. They have the second most cases, I'm pretty sure. Kyle Allen and Heineke are both on the list, both quarterbacks. Also, the D-line is really riddled onto this. Kendall Fuller, one of the better cornerbacks. I mean, Troy Abke, Cam Curl. They have a lot of guys on the list.
They were what threw me last week too.
And Philadelphia only has one guy on the team on the list. I am going to take the Eagles here to win and cover. I think the Eagles are a better team than the football team. I think the football team has been kind of playing better of late. But I think with getting Jalen Hurts back, I think the Eagles kind of take it off here. Especially first game after a bye. I think they come out strong and win this game.
I agree.
Okay, both got the Eagles to win and cover 7 points. The next game on the list is the Cardinals at the Lions. Big injury list here. Cardinals are 12.5-point favorites. DeAndre Hopkins is going to be out. Robert Alford is going to be out. James Conner, a lot of people questionable for the Cardinals, but I assume they'll all go. For the Lions, DeAndre Swift is out yet again. And a bunch of other guys who are questionable who could go, don't really know. This is a tough one just because of missing DeAndre Hopkins and the possibility of missing James Conner is pretty bad for the Cardinals. But again, I think they're a significantly better team than the Lions. I think they're the better quarterback. So give me the Cardinals to win and cover. 12.5 points, again, a lot of points. I'm taking a lot of the big points there, which I don't love, but give me the Cardinals to win and cover. What about you?
I'll take the Cardinals, but the Lions are going to cover.
Mom takes the Lions to cover 12.5. That will be interesting. Again, rhyme or reason, or just to be different?
Just to be different. You know, you got to love the upset.
Well, covering isn't the upset.
Well, but it still screws up everything else.
Not if they cover. They'd have to win the game for it to be an upset. If not, they just cover. The cover is what should happen. The next game, we have the Carolina Panthers at the Buffalo Bills. The Bills are 10.5-point favorites. Not too big of an injury list here for both teams, so that's always good to see guys healthy. I'm not even going to take a ton of time with this one. I think the Panthers are really, really bad. I think the Bills have had a rough few weeks, lost in overtime last week against the Buccaneers, but give me them to win and cover here. I think it's a get-right week. I think the Cardinals. I think the Panthers are really struggling, and I don't think they're very good, so I think the Bills get right against them. Win and cover here.
Oh, I'll say win and cover too.
I just think the Bills kind of outpower them, and again, I think the NFL is a quarterback league, and the Bills have the best quarterback by a wide margin. The next game, we have the Falcons at the 49ers. Another big spread, 9.5 points for the Niners. Elijah Mitchell's out for the Niners, Maurice Hurst, and Dre Greenlaw is out. But besides that, they look to be all right. Again, Niners coming off of a huge win. I think they're a way better team than the Falcons, but Falcons are a team that I could see backdoor covering here. So I'm going to take the 49ers to win, and I'm going to say the Falcons backdoor cover and cover 9.5. I can see a late touchdown, and then maybe an onside kick that doesn't go their way, that the Niners recover, win by like 3 or something like that. What about you?
I'm going to take the Falcons to win.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you have the Falcons to win, and they will cover the 9.5.
Yes.
Any reason?
I just think the 49ers have been playing, crazy football. And
you think it's a letdown spot?
Yeah, I think they're going to let it go this week.
Okay, it'll be interesting to see. Next game, we have the Cincinnati Bengals at the Denver Broncos. Broncos are 3-point favorite. The Bengals are going to be missing Riley Reef, who's out for the season, Logan Wilson, Chidobe Awuzie, and questionable is Trey Hill, Isaiah Prince, Marcus Bailey, and Vernon Hargraves III. Broncos don't have anybody on injury list, so I don't know how banged up they are, so this isn't the greatest pick of all time. I think the Bengals are going to get right. I normally don't pick them, but I'm going to pick them this week. I think we have the better quarterback. I think that's what matters in the NFL. Besides that, I don't think the Broncos' offense is really great. I think they've got really good running backs, but I don't really trust the game in Teddy Bridgewater's hands. So I'm going to take the Bengals here. I'm probably going to regret it, but I think the Bengals win and cover the 3 points.
I agree.
Next game, we have the Seahawks at the Rams. Another game that got moved because of COVID. They are also on Tuesday. The Seahawks have Tyler Lockett and Alex Collins in COVID protocol, and The Rams have everybody. Holy
Wow.
shit. Jalen Ramsey's in COVID protocol. Von Miller's in COVID protocol. Tyler Higbee. And that's pretty much it, but that's still a crazy list. Probably some starters that I just don't know. Jordan Fuller also in the COVID list. That's kind of crazy too. A lot of these guys are early testers though. It seems like they test positive, not super late. So this is an interesting one too because it's only 4 points. And I wonder how heavily that is on the fact that there's so many players on the COVID list, but I still think the Rams are a lot better. I don't like the Seahawks at all. I think they kind of suck this year. So give me the Rams to win and cover. I think the 4 points for the Rams is good, and I assume that, especially Jalen Ramsey, I assume he'll be back. He tested early last week, so I assume he'll be back this week, maybe, since it's on Tuesday especially. So that's my pick. What do you think?
Rams.
Rams win and cover?
Yeah.
Okay. Pretty easy on that one. The next game, we have the Green Bay Packers at the Baltimore Ravens. Bakhtiari, Billy Turner, Dominique Daphne are out. Marquez Valdez-Scantling and St. Brown. Well, St. Brown is doubtful. Marquez Valdez-Scantling is questionable. For the Ravens, Ben Powers is out. Calais Campbell is doubtful. I'm pretty sure they said Lamar probably is not going to go this week. Patrick Ricard, Villanueva, a lot of guys are questionable. I'm going to pick the Packers from the cover here. They said that they don't think that Lamar's going to go. If Lamar doesn't go and Tyler Huntley's quarterback, I think the Packers defense has been playing out of its mind recently. They're playing really well. So they're one of the only teams in the NFL that has a top 10 offense and maybe top 5, top 5 both offense and defense. They've been playing out of their mind, even without Jair Alexander and Zadarius Smith back. So give me the Packers from the cover because Lamar will be out.
Packers will cover.
Next game is the New Orleans Saints at the Buccaneers. 11-point favorite, so this big one. Ryan Ramczyk and Tron Armstead, both the tackles, are going to be out for the Saints. And for the Buccaneers, Jamal Dean is out. Richard Sherman is doubtful. Leonard Fournette is questionable. Winfield is questionable. And Jordan Whitehead are questionable. I assume all the questionables will go for the Bucs, but I don't really know.
The Saints always play well against Tampa.
They do. They always play well against Tom Brady. Sean Payton is going to be out because he tested positive for COVID. I just think the Bucs are going to blow them out. I think they're kind of overdue to whoop the Saints. So
I think the Bucs will win, but the Saints will cover.
Okay, so I'm going to take Buccaneers to win and cover. Mom's going to take Buccaneers to win and the Saints to cover. And the next game, which should have been the Monday night game, I'm pretty sure, is going to be the Vikings at the Bears. The Vikings are 5.5-point favorites. I don't really know how I feel about this game. The Bears were keeping it close with the Packers for a while last week, and then they got blown out. I think the Vikings win and cover this. We don't have any injury report here, but I think the Vikings are the better team. I think they're one of the better bad teams, if I'm going to be honest. I think they're just a really talented offense. Defense has really let them down in a lot of spots this year. I think Dalvin Cook's going to go off. I think Josh Jefferson's going to go off. I think it's going to be a big offensive day for the Vikings that I just don't think the Bears can keep up there.
I'm going to take the Bears.
You think the Bears are going to cover?
I think Kirk Cousins is going to have a floppy week, and I think Justin Fields will play really well this week. He's got something to prove.
I did not even think about the Kirk Cousins in primetime, but that could definitely happen, and Mom's going to take the Bears to win and cover 5.5.
Yes.
Okay, those are our picks for the week. Let us know what you guys think. Let us know if we're wrong, if we're right, what you're fading, what you're tailing. Let us know. We had a really good week last week, both of us, so if you're going to tail anybody on YouTube, you should tail us because we're obviously the best picks. The only mother-son duo that I know that are giving out picks on YouTube, so I hope you guys enjoyed, and until next time, peace out and stay safe.
Merry Christmas.